Hello. We're live. Hi guys. How are you doing? I feel like it's been a few days since I've seen your faces. What's got in there? Hello. It's Thursday. Nice to see you too, Justo. Hello, Infinite Silver. Hi, guys. It's Taytayski here for paint night. I call them Quarantine Thursdays. But obviously there's a lot of things going on in the world right now. And I thank everyone who appreciated and understood why I didn't come on Tuesday. I really hope that everybody is going out there and just learning and listening and just learning. Learning's the biggest thing. I've been learning a lot this week, and I hope that everybody else makes the effort to too. Obviously, Black Lives Matter, you guys. Equality for everybody. Like, let's be nice to each other. I don't think it's really the time for a white person to be talking about this. I think you guys should be going out and listening to every person of color you can and understanding their struggles, guys, because we all know that they're going through them, right? So please follow on my stories. I've been sharing everything that I could, that I'm learning about, but ways to donate. Today, if anybody's thinking of tipping, I would way rather you guys send your money to one of any of the many charities out there right now that are helping the world, helping the cause right now. So even if props are sent, I'm going to collect as many as I can, and I will send that money to a charity as well. I don't want anything today. I'm just here for us to have a nice, positive couple hours, but that doesn't mean we're not supposed to talk about it, okay? Everyone, do your research, and I think that is the most important part. Right, guys? Okay, so today we're painting the jellyfish. I don't know, I thought that would be fine, right? Can't go wrong with a cutie little jellyfish. Yeah, we're gonna get some art in you because art is a powerful, positive thing too, and it's a nice way to let out some feelings, vibes, things you can't figure out how to work out on your own. That's at least me. I like to paint it out, so I'm happy to bring some of that positivity and some of that creative outpour. Here I am back to not remembering how to say words. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I appreciate all of you. I know y'all are good people. And we're gonna paint some stuff today. How do we go wrong with that, hey? Needed the pick-me-up. I agree, Justin. I truthfully wasn't going to come live today because I just didn't want to take away from, like I said, everything that's going on and needs to be known and paid attention to. But a lot of people, so many people flooded my inbox this morning asking, hoping that we could do it. Because like you said, guys, it's a little pick-me-up. So I'm here for you, but I also want you guys to do your due diligence out there. Diligence? Did I say the right word? I'm beautiful. Thank you. Good evening, Tay. Evening, everyone. Thanks, Dresden. Good evening to you, too. I guess what should we go over? Some, the huge. It's been so long, you guys probably don't even remember. How do we do things here? We are doing a nice and easy paint night. Oh, my computer. One sec. I'm not plugged into the internet. Let's just see. Hopefully that will be better. Okay, good. Okay. We've got internet. We shouldn't have any lagging. Let me know if you have it. Oh my god, random guy. Hello. It's Tay. Thanks, guys. You're light and crazy times. Thank you. See, that's my role always. I just like to make people happy. So that's what we're going to do today. Have a couple hours of happiness. Let's see. Random guys sharing my broadcast. Appreciate you always. Okay, what was I saying? We're painting stuff, right? This one's pretty straightforward. We're just doing some blobby shapes, I didn't draw an outline for you guys. I knew that you would be able to do this without the outline. It's super simple. Trust the process is my main quote that I like to say, because things look weird until the end. And it's okay if yours doesn't look exactly like mine. It's going to look different. I'm going to show and share everyone else's. I didn't hugely promote today's. I just made one post about it. So we probably won't have the same group of people that we usually do, which is fine. But the people following along, I like to share halfway through so you guys can see what everyone else's at home looks like, because that's always good to see. They're supposed to look different. That's the best part of this whole thing. Please ask questions if I go too fast or if you're confused. Questions help us now, and questions help people in the YouTube channel, because I always record all these and I post them right to YouTube for anybody to do at any time. And so it's a little weird for them because I'm having a conversation with all you people live and they're just like chilling with it. But some people have also said it makes you feel like you're like hanging out with a bunch of people. So that's a positive too, right? And we're using acrylic paints. This one's going to be really tough to draw. I feel like acrylic paint is probably the best to go with. Slow down, I can't keep up. I don't have my canvas built. You kill me. And I'm like Mr. Rogers for painting. Oh my god, yeah, good old Bob Ross, right? Barb Ross, as I like to say. Adam's drawing this one. Okay, Adam. Do you have like pencil crayons or something? You can pencil it, whatever. We'll figure it out. Oh, crayon, you're fine. We're good. And yeah, have fun. Justin's right. The last rule should totally be have fun. And I see people giving me props right now. I've acknowledged every prop. Don't worry, guys. I wasn't joking about donating all of the tips today. I just truthfully haven't decided which charity yet. I have posted on my stories all the options. So many great options. Ways you can even donate without money, because money is not... not everyone has money either. So that is great too. Okay? Are many people painting today? Like, hands up if you're painting. Infinite Silver's asking if I saw Fat's drawing on Tuesday. He DM'd me it. It was great. If Fats, are you out here? He is literally, just for everyone else to know what we're talking about, Fats is another streamer who he followed along on his stream, but on MS Paint instead of traditional paint. And he did like an amazing job. He said he was terrible, but he did great. And then when I didn't stream on Tuesday, he's live right now. Live right now for this? Like live right now to paint a jellyfish? Then he did a Baby Yoda. And he DM'd me it, and it was amazing. Once I go showing everyone's pictures, I'll show you guys Fats' Baby Yoda, because look at a little artist. He's found himself. He didn't even know he was an artist, and he followed along 2 paint knives, and he's just professional. Right? Okay, guys? You're all coming for my jobs. I'm watching you. Okay, another thing I want to bring up. This painting at the bottom is my jellyfish painting. I've painted this like a few years ago. I did like a whole underwater series. And I'm not thinking of doing exactly this right now. We're gonna do one on the canvas. I'm gonna teach you one, because once I teach you one, you can go for it and do as many as you want. I just always want it to be the quickest, right? I don't want it to be too long. I want it to at least 2 hours. Shorter than 2 hours is better, realistically, because 2 hours is a long time for some people. So I'm just going to paint one. And I like the one that I posted in my story. That one was blue, and I like the blue one. So I think I'm going to paint a blue one today for fun. You guys choose whatever you want. Literally whatever you want. You can make whatever color of the rainbow. I'd assume we're still going to do like a bluish background because it's water. But, boop, boop, boop. But we're going to get started. It's 10 after 8. Hello, Malice Spawn. Are you painting along today too? Let's see. Let's get this picture up here. Jelly. Oops. And jellyfish are cool because there's like see-through parts that are going to be fun for us to paint. Okay, let's get ready. Usually I say if you are going to paint, you can start with a pencil if you want. Let me get this going. Some people like to start with pencils more than paint, but in this one, I know you're just drawing, Adam, that's a little different, go for it with pencil, but if you're painting, there's literally no need for you to, with a pencil, draw out shapes, okay? Tay asks, wait a second, cool, yes, I will just talk about what colors we are getting to the palette, okay? Don't worry, I won't start right away. But I will just explain how we're going here. If you look at the jellyfish on the page down here, boop, you can see that there's like a darker color, like a more prominent color, and that would be the red, if you can see in there. So for me, who's doing a blue one, I'm just going to take straight dark blue right out of the tube, and I'm going to work with my darkest color first. I'm just saying that in case you're doing not blue and you're doing a different color scheme. Some people like to follow along and do exactly what I do, and then they come back and watch the YouTube video and like do another one with different colors because they're a little more like prepped, like, you know, like a little bit more ready to, a little more prepared because you are experienced now, right? You've done it before. So I'm just gonna take some blue out as we wait a little bit. I can't wait too long, Tay, but I can wait a little bit because your name's Tay. That's the only reason why. Just kidding. But I am going to take that darker color out, and then we are going to take, whatever, medium to small. I truthfully have to, like, go get new brushes because I've just ruined them all. But I'm just going to use this little gaffer right here. Want to have a nice point on it. We're just drawing, like, basically just a big egg. Someone else was doing the turtle last night because the turtle's on the YouTube channel, and they were telling, they turned out great at the end, and I just asked how the process was, and she goes, we were very hesitant with all the beans and the carrots, because that's like how I, bean, carrot, and now you have a turtle. But they trusted the process, and their turtles turned out great, okay? That's all that matters. We are going to be doing watery paint. Good call, Justo. Look who's been here before. We are going to just scoop. That's my water, whatever your water's in. With a paintbrush, it's just scoop some water onto your palette. Whoop, whoop. And you're just going to grab a little bit of that pigment. As you can see, like I touched the side a little bit, and I'm spinning it together to make a watery concoction. As Justin stated down there. It is going to be like chocolate milky consistency. And the reason I do this, again with acrylic paint, everyone always thinks that I use watercolor, but the reason I do this is so that the drawing that we're going to do on is going to be very light at the start, so it's going to be very easy to paint on top of it. Because it's okay if we do mistakes on this first step. We're just trying to map stuff out, feel it out. So if you, I always do suggest as well to like Google a jellyfish or something so you have a picture of the jellyfish, whether it's the little tiny one at the corner, whether you screenshotted my story, whether you find one on Google, whatever. It's always helpful to look at something when you're making it. So for you guys, just so you know, if you're looking, oh, come back over here. I'm going to just look at the big middle one. That's the main one I'm going to be focusing on if you're thinking of shape and layout. That's what I'm looking at. Just because I'm an artist that needs to look at something. I can't do it. I mean, I can. Well, it's hard for me to draw without a reference. Okay? So, sorry, Tay. You'll be able to catch up. If you're not ready right now, it's not too hard what we're about to do. So, we are going to look at our canvas as a whole and try to imagine roughly where you want that jelly to go. Because it's very easy to not utilize a whole canvas if you don't think about it first. You can like, it's so common for people to just like, they're scared of the big canvas, so they just draw really small down here. So before you start, you take a breath and you imagine where you're going to put that jelly. You can even with your hand, like I've said before, like half an inch or an inch away, like roughly draw out where you think you want it to go, and that will help lay it out. Okay, ready? So we are just going to do a big old oval. Whoop. And see, like, I'm going to go over it a couple times just so that until I get the shape that I like. Whoop. And it's a little bit darker than it should be for you, just so that you guys can see it. But, like, see how it's not clean? Because I don't care right now. I don't care. And again, remember, it's very okay if your paint is a lot more watery and light than mine is. I just always want you guys to be able to see. And then you are just gonna go at the bottom of your egg, and you're just gonna draw like a little other egg. Perhaps. Hello, Pooper Pants, right? It kills me every time. Your username kills me. And your and your little profile picture. Yeah, it is. This is Barb Ross, actually. It's not Bob Ross, it's Barb Ross. Okay, guys, do we have that big oval and then just a little egg on the inside of the oval? Do you see that it's basically already a jellyfish? This was the easiest. I don't imagine this taking us very long today. I won't lie to you. And you're going to go to the end of your little jelly, of your little egg. And you are just going to make a bubble. Whoop. And we're done. Exactly. Just make a couple little bubbles down there. Bubble, bubble. So then look, now that is the top shape of the egg. I mean, jellyfish. Guys, I literally like jumped out of the shower and put some mascara on, and it was like 45 seconds till 8. So as usual, my brain's everywhere. Come along on the ride with me. So how's that? You got a jelly? That's pretty cool. And again, with your watery chocolate milky paint, it's okay that there's not much substance to it. You are just gonna go and just like play around with where you want their weird little jellies to go. Like, that was fun. There's no rhyme or reason to the jelly legs. And so that's me just moving my whole arm as I go down and make some squiggles. And one thing I do want to say when you make your lines, focus on the middle part. We're just gonna make them come from the middle, like, what is that? I don't know, a couple inches of the brain, and just kind of, they don't have to follow exactly, but imagine them as like a big braid of hair. Boys, sorry, especially Matt, I know that you don't have long braided hair. But you can imagine, right? And just like throw another one in there, why not? Put a couple in there. You can dream, that's true, you can dream. You're jelly! Jelly of the hair, boom. That was a good pun. I'm always down for the puns, you guys. Okay, so we got that. That's cool, that's cool. That's a nice jelly. Okay, and remember, I told you to choose the color of the darkest color of your jellyfish, right? Because one thing that I didn't fully do in this picture down here is, like, make it, like, translucent. Like, you know how they have their little, like, brains inside and then there's, like, a clear dome over top of it? So, we are just gonna go inside of that little dome. And there's the jelly's brain, okay? I feel like this song is not royalty free. How's that? Okay. It looks like a weird, it's like an alien, like a UFO or something right now, yeah. Maybe. And look, like there's a lot of water in there and that's dripping, and I think that's cool because it's like water, right? Let her drip. Just let the paint do what it wants. Okay. We're going to do something that we usually don't do in my paint nights, and you guys are going to be confused. I know. But we're going to paint the background right now. And I'm sorry, Adam, who's not painting. You literally can start just, like, making these things squiggly if you want. But the reason why we are going to be painting the background is because... Oh, shoot. Once we start getting into... Oh, Megan, you were sketching too. Okay. Don't worry, guys. Don't worry about the background for now. Unless you're pencil crayoning, and then you can, like, lightly color in the background with the pencil. I mean, lightly color in the background with, like, a lighter blue, like, watercolor. So the reason why we are coloring in the background right now and not last is because once we start doing all these, like, crazy little squigglies, it'll be very hard to fill in the negative space with the blue. So now that we've laid out some important parts, depending on what color your jellyfish will be, it'll be helpful for us to fill in a lot of the blue and save us some frustration later, okay? So while you drawers just hang tight for a minute, we're just gonna get a big old brush out. It can be like this. It can be like this, like a square if you want. I like square brushes, some people don't. And if you only have one type of blue, bring out a bunch of white and add it to that blue. I just took out a lighter blue, what's it called? I started with, because again, I forget, some people care. Phthalocyanine green shade. My favorite blue. And then for the background, I'm using light blue, permanent. Come on, come on, come on, come on. You can focus. Boom! It usually doesn't. That's the background I'm using right now. Hello, Shoto. It's been a long time. Okay, now you background painter people. Get that lighter blue, whether it's white and blue or just like this lighter blue, whatever. And you are going to start. I'm going to be conscious of going left to right with my paint strokes. Just because I think it looks cool, like flowing water, but... Oh, and I didn't explain. Don't use too much water now. You can use nice thick amount of paint on your paintbrush. And I'm just going from left to right. And again, you can come back to this later. Like, you don't have to fill in all the spots now. It's just going to be a little helpful for us to save us some frustrations later. You still want paint on your brush too, guys. Like, don't, you can dry brush if you like. Some people like a good dry brush, but water will help you pull it across. Is this oh, wow, sorry. I just, like, totally ignored your comment there. Pooper Pan. Can't say your name without laughing. But here we go. When it comes to in by these little squiggly lines, it's totally okay to not be super flush to them because we're still going to be adding a lot of paint in there. But again, just saving our butts for later. Bring that across. Okay, I'm already out of paint. What's going on? And one cool part about this, you also, cool part, it's probably not cool, but if you are a painter or a pencil crayoner or crayoner, whatever, I would suggest we're filling in this one little spot between your jellyfish's brain and the outside of it. Because we're going to try to show some, like, translucency, like, his brain, I mean, like, the jellyfish is see-through. So we want to show some of that color of the water behind him. And later with layering, like, even with pencil crayons, you can do it. With crayons, you can do it with, like, a white crayon or pencil crayon or paint. You'll go over top of it lightly to create almost like a window, like it looks like a window or whatever, another surface, a see-through surface. Okay. Did somebody answer, is Fats doing this live or is he live streaming something else? I'll bring this closer too so that you guys can see what is happening. And again, inside you can be pretty rough in there. Totally okay. Okay. Hello, Ray Bay. See, I painted it like really roughly because like it's water. I think it should look kind of like cool and drippy. Right? Oh. You're an avocado. Jealous. Okay. Oh, there's some dripping in there. That's all right. At this stage too, depending on like how much detail or texture or depth you want to go into, you can add a little bit of white into your blue and put a couple swipes of white in there. Whatever you want. Okay. You know what? We probably should also put some blue on the inside there. Can you share a meme? Well, how can you share it? Of course, if you can. You can't really share pictures in there, but if you want to, go for it. You tell me. And I'll decide if it's appropriate enough to repeat it. Hello, bueno. Always good to see ya. Guys, Bueno is also an artist. Sorry, I just call you Breno. He usually paints along on his own thing. He just comes and hangs out for the combo, and I like that. Sometimes he paints along, but if he doesn't feel like what we're painting, he'll paint his own thing, and I think that's super cool. You just come hang out with us. And, let's see. Pluto, that's not really a meme, I don't think. Okay, how's our jelly looking? Again, like, it's nice and rough. Like, there's no rhyme or reason. That's another thing I like to say all the time. I just like to go left and right because I felt like it gave it more of, like, an underwatery vibe. But you can go crazy if you have fun, just, like, slosh and paint around. Do that, too. Okay, okay. We have got this jelly started. Realistically, we're all gonna have to wait for our paint to dry, but our next step, I'll just explain so that you guys can prepare. We are going to be doing the cool, textured, crazy little jelly parts in its legs that are probably what sting you when you touch a jellyfish, right? Those like fluffy, like weird looking strings. So we're gonna need a secondary color. I don't think you're ready for this jelly. Matt, that's a good one too. See, I'm here for people like you in the crowd. But we're going to need a secondary color. So again, whatever jellyfish color you're using, I don't know what you're doing. If you're following along with what I'm doing, I'm going to go with some purple, personally. Probably some purple and some pink. I think that would be fun. And to get specific again, if people care, I'm just using a good old light violet. Oh, come on. You got this, little guy. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, light violet. You're doing a red one. Ooh, okay, so if your jellyfish is red, I would do like yellow or orange or pink would be nice too. Size brush, I'm going to bring you guys back to just, again, the same, a medium size brush. I would suggest, I'll show you, but I would suggest not using a square one. Use a pointed brush in this next step. But again, like I said, this has to be dry, so we can't really do much right now. We just gotta like hang out for a minute, if that's cool with you. This is a pretty big one, but that's what I mean by a pointed brush, just like something like that. Again, remember at home too, you guys can always blow on your painting. You can always fan it if it's not too wet. You can always blow dry it. Blow drying is also a good speed up the timer. But we are, like I said, we're going to start with some of the purple. Do you still check on updated on Insta? Heck yeah, I do. Like I said, I don't think there's as many people painting along today. But of course, if you're following along, you send me process and I will always share it up in the corner here halfway through. Right now, we're just at a weird phase, weird stage. We will for sure share everyone's. That's one of my favorite parts. I like when you guys all get to see, and I like when I get to see the class. I get to see the class's work. Okay, that's important too. Because like I always say, I do paint nights like in person, and that's a lot easier because I can see where you guys are all at. I can like check my speed because I can like visually see what you're struggling with, where everybody is. So when we're blind like this, I tend to go fast because I'm just like painting like I'm alone, and I'm a very fast painter. I won't lie to yous. Okay, dokey. I'm just to speed up the process a little bit for myself. Don't worry about you guys. You can wait a little bit because this is going to go on for a bit. I'm just going to dab. That's not uncopyrighted either. This playlist is messing with me. Okay. Whew. Give me like 4 seconds. I'll be right back. Oh, that has to be at the top. I'll be right back while yours dries, okay? And then we're going to start drawing some, like, frillies. Okay. Told you I'd be quick. Let's start painting some jelly legs. Jelly legs. Ugh, okay. Oh, we've got one photo. Should we see what's up? Look at that. Oh, why am I... Again, everything's in the wrong spot. Check that out. Beautiful jelly. See, we've got some folks following along. Oh, I can't read those ones online yet. My DMs are flooded with other stuff too. Okay. Let's start a really fun part. I think it's really fun, at least. So you're going to get that secondary color. Like I said, mine is purple. And realistically, I should have told you this before, but we probably should have some white on our palette along with all these colors. But you pencil crayoners and you drawers, you don't really need to do that. Okay. So don't worry, we're not doing that chocolate milky paint that we did before. We want more paint than water on your brush, but still some water, just a little bit. What you're seeing me do right here is with a wet brush, just mixing my brush around in the paint so that every bristle gets paint on it, okay? Important. Now we're gonna start in the middle. And like this, as drawers and painters, you guys are literally gonna go the whole way down and you are just gonna swirl. Like, see how I'm making just like spinny circle swirls? With pencil crayons and such, you can do that. As painters, it's more fun for us. We just get to kind of blob on and go in between the blue, the white and the purple. And I'll bring it closer so you guys can see. But I'm just gonna start slobbing different values of this purple, because these are going to be on the bottom. The purple colors are going to be the bottom little tentacles. I'll bring it close again, like I said, but I'm just bringing my paintbrush in between pure purple, and I'm going to go on there and make some slobs. and with pure white and go into some of those purple slobs and bring it around. So see it close up. It's literally schlobbing. My favorite word, you guys. We're just trying to build texture and build that look of like a porous-y, fluffy, weird thing. And as drawers, you guys get to do nice little swirlies because it's harder for you guys to build this texture with a paintbrush or a crayon or whatever. But I would suggest staying close and doing swirls that are going to follow the shape that we're doing. Does Schlauben beat Cutie? That's a tough one. That's a tough one. I feel like Cutie is probably better because I say it for everything everywhere, but Schlauben only applies to Schlauben paint. Matt saying, did you know jellyfish aren't fish? They're almost completely compromised of... I'm waiting for the second sentence. Can I show the brush thing again? Okay, yep. I'm going to do another purple one on the outside over here, okay? So compromised of water. I knew that they didn't have like brains or something, or I knew that they were like weird. Are they like a cucumber? Because aren't cucumbers almost only water? Cucumbers and jellyfish are the same. You heard it here first, folks. Just kidding. Okay, so with my paintbrush with a bunch of purple on it, I'm going to go up here and, like I said, just slob. And I'm just going to go, like, if you look close from the beginning, there's just kind of circles, right? Roughly following the initial layout that I have laid with those lines. And then you can just dip your paintbrush that still has purple on it right into the white, you can see, and go back over some of those spots with your white paint. And it should make a little, like, purpley. Purple. It should make a lighter purple. And if you want pure white, you'd have to go into spots that don't have the purple in it. But the best way to get this technique is to continue going back and forth in between your colors without cleaning your brush. It might be a sin. Some teachers and artists might gasp when they hear that. But I think you get cool texture by literally just mixing the color on the canvas. We are all just cucumbers with anxiety, says Matt. That was well played. That was well played. Okay. And let's do one more secondary color one. Did that help, Shay, by the way? Whoever was asking, did that help explain it a little bit better? Okay, good. I think it's just, fun to just, see what colors get mixed on there. There's, literally no way to ruin this jellyfish because you could scribble a bunch of lines down from here and people would be like, that's a jellyfish. So we basically are just scribbling a bunch of lines. So it shouldn't be stressful. Don't treat it precious. Don't take a very, slow time to do it out. Try and, let loose and just throw some paint on there, okay? That's the best part. Did you know jellyfish are estimated to be older than the first dinosaurs? That's actually one that I did know. But still blows my mind, these weird little things. When Dan and I went to Croatia, we went on a kayak. It was a kayak, cliff diving, snorkeling tour. And we're in this little kayak, this double kayak, and we're going for quite a ways. And we get up to this cave. And they, stop us and tell us to, be careful when we get in there. And we have to, go into this dark, it was, pitch black cave. We go into it. We all have this little, he just has, one flashlight for us to go into it. And we had to get out of our boats and walk into the water, or into the cave where there was a little, sand spot. And when he shone his light into the water, it was filled with jellyfish. Some of them were huge, this big. And then a lot of them were, just clear little small ones. And then the entire cave on the roof was filled with bats. I was like, I didn't pay for this. We did not sign up to swim through jellyfish-infested waters and have to, dodge bats while we, hit our kayaks in there and then swim through the dark cave filled with jellies in the dark. So you'd like touch one and be like, ah! Oh, guys, it was quite the journey. But we did it. We made it out alive. It was great. Cliff driving was really cool. The guy got us to hold one of the huge jellies because apparently they, like, certain places of them you can touch them. Well, not apparently, truthfully, because we lived it. He picked up, like I said, this like huge jellyfish from the bottom, like from his jelly, like this. He like picked it up like that, and then got you to hold it because that doesn't sting you there. It's like the underneath part that stings you. You guys, it was quite the experience. I'll share a picture of one on my story later. Okay. How are our purple slobbies going? That looks kind of cool, hey? Let's just put some more purple there. I just started running out of it, so I just gave up. Okay. And you're also just going to do one little slob right there. Like I said, it's going to feel weird. But on the brain of your jelly, let's just paint a little bean of the color, our secondary color. That's important, okay? All right. I'm loving Matt's tips right now. He's giving us, you guys, all of these facts about jellyfish that now I'm sharing with YouTube later. Did you know jellyfish don't have a brain, bones, eyes, or heart? Boom! Taylor was right earlier. I didn't know about the heart, though. So does that mean they don't have blood? Blood. No? I'm expecting you to fact check that. Okay. That's why they're immortal. Okay, I learned something else on TikTok as well, you guys, about, like, eels or something. Is it the eels? How nobody knows where eels come from. Like, they don't have, like, a reproductive system or something, and they just, like, appear. And nobody's ever figured out where they come from. And that's the same thing about jellyfish. That's where my brain's going. Does anyone really know anything about jellyfish? Why are they immortal? Aliens, flamingo. Oh, hello, also. Hello, flamingo crafts. I think they're aliens, too. Okay, dokie, you guys. Aliens, exactly. You guys are all on the same page. We've got a couple aliens in the comments. Well, I should change the title of today. We are painting an alien, not a jelly. Okay. So, we've got our secondary fluffies down. Now we're going to go back to our main color that we have chosen to be the darkest color or whatever. In my case, it was the blue. Not the background blue, but the blue that we chose from the beginning. And one thing that's important, we're basically going to do exactly the same thing that we just did with those purple jellies. But, oops. Get this in there. But it's important that first we add a touch of white to it. Not as much white if it's the same blue that you used for the background. Not as much white as that. But if you can, it's probably hard to see, but in the picture down here, the very final step is going to be these strings, like these darker strings over top of them. And that's going to be the pure out of the tube blue that we're using right now, or the pure out of the tube, whatever color you're choosing to be the darkest. So we want it to be a touch lighter than that so that those dark stringies at the end will go and be like go on top and be evidently on top. Okay? So as you can see down here, like here's my original dark blue, and then now I'm just making like a lighter blue. Okay? And this will be the same. If you're doing red, lighter red, same idea, just a touch lighter. And then go back to, I don't know why I'm using a small brush again. Go back to the same brush you were using for this. And again, more paint than water. And you're going to do like exactly the same thing. You are gonna start putting on some dark blue, and then you're gonna go into your white. And just slob in some white in there too. And you're kind of gonna go in between where we did some of the purple ones. You can go over top them a little bit. Okay, okay, okay. Sorry, draw. There's like so many more drawers in it today, and this is like the one paint night that's like not as geared towards drawers as all the other ones are. So my apologies. Alright, and I just want lots of like variety of color in there. Like you can even blob some like pure white in there if you want. That's cool. Why not? There's like hardly any outline in this one, you guys. Like, we're having fun today. Stress-free. Paint slobbing. Oops, that one's a little dark. But you know what? That's fine. You can go in with white directly onto the canvas if you want. And you can mix it in there. Because that's easy. No mistakes here, right? Just happy accidents. Seeing like I'm even like second guessing. Oh, hello, Aiden Weaver. Octopus. Jelly. Which one? Aliens. We haven't decided yet what we think. But as I'm looking at this, like my blue. This is, yes, correct. In between the purple strands. But like I was saying, you can do a couple little clicks over top. Like, why not? We're trying to show a little bit of depth in there. But one thing that I'm noticing is that my blues now are not very different. Like, I think my dark blue or my inside blue is... My outside blue isn't light enough. So this might be a same problem for other people. But it might not be. So you can ignore this step if that's not a problem for you. Like I said, like when I'm looking at it, these blue strands are disappearing. And I don't want that to happen. So I am just going to add a little bit of white and go back to the same blue I was doing there. Okay, we got another fact from Matt, you guys. Peeing on a jellyfish sting won't relieve the pain unless that's your fetish. Okay, but for real? Pee doesn't do nothing? I fully believed. I fully believed and thought that peeing on a sting did something. Like, who started that? Who started that myth is what I want to know. So again, you guys remember, some of you might not be having to do this step. I just want to add a little bit more definition of the background blue to the blue in the middle of my jelly. So especially if you guys are doing like not a blue jellyfish, you probably don't have to do this at all. But I am just lightening up. Vinegar is what you put on the sting. Hey guys, look, you learned so much here on paint night. Don't pee on jellyfish stings, put vinegar on it. I thought that it was a myth before Friends, but that doesn't surprise me that Friends had a lot to do with the myth. Okay, just schlobbing. That's basically just white. That's not what I wanted, but... Your friend got stung and it left a perfect imprint on his arm of the jellyfish. Like forever? Or like his burn? Like, is it a scar? Because that would be a badass scar, you guys. Like, check my jelly scar. And it's just like this. Okay. So we can get back to business now that I just lightened up the background a little bit there. How are the jellies going, you guys? Let's just Sorry, usually I don't have to fix mine like that, but there wasn't enough. Sometimes the camera just like doesn't pick up good contrast that makes it harder for you guys to see what I'm doing. So I'm just gonna, now it's a little bit more evident what's jelly and what's not jelly. What other paintings have I done? Oh, that's that's a hard question to answer because the list is endless. If you're talking about paint night paintings, you can go to my YouTube channel where I have all of them posted. Or if you want to see every painting that I've ever done just as my job, then you go over to my Instagram, which is also the same as my YouTube. Taytayski, where is it? Right here. Boop. And you'll see every painting I've almost ever painted. Thanks for the interest. Okay. Here we go, you guys. I hope you guys have been doing those little fuzzy jellies. Okay. Let's get back to business here. So, with that same color, again, I'm using the same, like the original blue that I started my little jelly fluffies with. That's what we're going to call them. You are going to go up into the brain and you're just going to roughly put some in and just let that other color peek through a little bit that we've originally put up there. How's that? We filled in the brain. It does look like a little jelly donut, doesn't it? Also, wait. Oh, just kidding. I was going to say, don't give me props. You're supposed to donate, but I am also going to donate the props. How do you spell donut? Because you can spell donut with O-U-G. Isn't there like one that you can spell with a G as well? Or is that wrong? Because I was at a wedding and their donut stand was spelled with something with a G. But that's donut. So is it D-O-N-U-T, D-O-H-N-U-T, D-O-U-G-H-N-U-T? Because it's like a donut of dough. So I think L's right in my brain. Oh, it's a Canadian thing. Of course. It just feels so good. Okay. Gotta add some more U's to make it Canadian. Because it's colors. American has no U, Canadian has a U. And Aiden's from the UK. There we go. Oh, yeah, no, for sure. Okay. So, where are we at now, folks? We are going to get a color favorite neighbor. Exactly. With use. Aiden, do you have use then in all of your words as well if you're from the UK? Okay. Are you guys ready? We are going to grab some white. Pure white. Okay? And you are going to get a little brush, a skinny brush. And it's time for the pressure test, okay? Not pressure test, pressure lesson. So I'm just going to show you guys a very important step that I teach every single time because it'll help you every single painting you ever do from here on out. So you have a skinny brush. And let's do it. I have to use my face to hold it. Okay. So if you see, if I touch the canvas very lightly, it's just the tip of the paintbrush. And I make a nice little thin line. It's a really messy line because I'm holding it weird, but a nice thin line. But if I put the paintbrush all the way down so you see every single bristle is touching that canvas, no matter where you look, whoops, right there, then that line's super thick. I'm making a thin line and a thick line with a single paintbrush, the same paintbrush. And it's all dependent on your pressure, how hard you're pushing on the brush. So what we're going to be doing here right now, we're kind of practicing a little bit before we get to those big dark lines that we're about to do. We're going to go in with that skinny little paintbrush, and we're going to go into some pure white. You want more paint, and then again, for drawers and pencil crowners and stuff, you can either erase or you can draw this line. Obviously, it doesn't have to be white for you guys. But you want, like I said, more paint than water on your paintbrush, but you still want water so that your brush will flow nicely. And we're just going to do a couple. Like, let's start. They're not going to go all the way to the top. They're just going to be small little additions to our jellyfish. We're just going to add a couple little swirlies. Can you see that from over there? Maybe not. I'll draw it a little bit darker so that you guys can see it. Can you see that? Look at that little swirly. That's fun. You can make these swirls by just moving your wrist slowly as you don't hold too much pressure. Let's start up here. You're gonna go whoop, whoop, whoop. Sound effects totally necessary. Again, if your paintbrush isn't pulling nicely across the canvas, there's probably not enough water on your brush. Thanks for the thumbs up, Aiden. Let's add just a little flaily one right there. That's cool, that's cool. Again, they're very, like, you can put them anywhere. You don't have to put them where I've put them. It's okay if your paint's a little wet. Sometimes, like, it kind of blends in there a little bit nicely. Oh, like, see, so you don't have, up to you. You feel it out how wet your paint is. If they're super, super wet, you probably won't be able to get anything across. But if it's a touch damp in some places, it might be nice. Like, your white will, like, nicely blend in with that wet paint that's already on the canvas. So sometimes that's a nice, it's like a fun technique to play with. But it's hard for me to teach that. You guys have to, like, feel out. You'll know right away if the paint is too wet. I'll tell you that. But you can see down here, like, as I got down to this part here, it got mixed in with the blue, so the white went away and it turned into like a little bit of a lighter purple. So it's kind of the same technique as we're straight mixing on the palette or on the canvas. You can kind of play with that too. It's all about playing with it. And we're gonna splatter a little bit, you guys. And don't worry that I'm a little bit ahead of you. Keep doing those squiggles. We are going to... I'm going to show you how to splatter, how I like to splatter. Oh my gosh, by dropping my paintbrush. So you do your good old scooping of the water. It's the same idea as we did at the start, but you want your paint to be a little bit more thin than chocolate milk. You want it really watery. Wow. You can kind of give it a tap so you get some extra stuff left off. And you literally are just going to flick if you want to be messy. You just flick your canvas. And I will bring this closer. Someone's asking, Aiden's asking, how long has this stream been going for? So, of all time, I started streaming in September last year. And I've been doing, and I did it like twice a week for most of the 2019. And then starting January, I've been doing it twice a week, every week, basically, since January. And then, if you're saying today's stream, I start at 8 p.m. every time. 8 p.m. Mountain. I always get it messed up. MDT. I'm just going to say MDT. Check that splatter, though, guys. Some nice white splatter in there. That's fun. It's okay if it gets in his little jelly head. That's good. And then you can, like I said, you can flick some more if you want. I'm going to show you something here quick. It's 4 a.m. for you right now in the UK. Right, I guess. Well, thanks for hanging out with us. I'm just going to show you guys up here. If there's not enough water in my paint, see how this made like a very evident, where am I going? Over here. A very evident like line of splatter versus like nice dispersed splatter over here. That just means I don't have enough water in this concoction here down the bottom. And you can, with a wet rag, before it's too late, you can just like dab it away. Dun, dun, dun. So I guess it's at 3 a.m. Aiden, your time, I start painting. But like I said, all these go on YouTube, so if you can't make a live, you can always paint it another time. The lives are just so much fun, right? Okay, another way, it's hard for me to do this on live because my painting has to stay up straight, but another way to add like texture and drips and splotches, and I'll just do it to show you, but I'll have to wipe it away. You can hold your painting flat, and with that same like watery concoction that you did your specks with, you can like, come on, drip it. I'm just gonna try to show you. See at the end, there's like a bubble of paint. It's called like, there's like a drip of paint forming at the end of that paintbrush. Can you see it? You kind of are just like waiting for it to fall, like, beep. Did you guys see that? And you could just go like this and kind of dab some paint drops around. But if you are painting on an easel, you should do this at a different time. Because now if I'm going to pick this up so that you guys can see, and these will drip instead of stay. So you would want this to dry flat if you are doing that technique. And we're going to just soak up that. Stop! But anyway, that's just to tell you guys how to do that. It doesn't really work when I am doing it on a canvas straight up, but that's a nice way to get some cool drippies in there as well. Okay. We're like literally almost done. We're going to let that white dry for a smidgen. Actually, we don't have to do that. Yeah, we do. Okay, yeah, we do. We're going to let the wait. Sorry, we're going to wait for a second, and then we're going to come back. We're going to go with our dark blue and define some outlines and some of these shapes. And then we're going to go in with some white to try to create that like see-through look that we are going for. And then our jellies are finito. Okay? We've got another fact while we wait. Jellyfish are bioluminescent and they produce their own light. That's cool. I can tell you that the jellyfish in the dark cave that we swam in weren't lit up. Okay. Okay, cool. Some jellies. Okay, cool. Thanks for the correction. Thanks for the correction, Matt. I appreciate it. Like, what are they? They are aliens. They're aliens. Okay, and my laptop's gonna die. Okay, you guys just we'll wait for that white to dry. I'm gonna go grab my charger that I forgot. And you love my art, Catzilla. Thanks, I appreciate that. Be right back, again. Let's get it. Alright. Poggers. Is that what you call them in the UK? Poggers? What is that? I don't even know what that is. Whew, there we go. Alrighty then. Am I lagging for you guys? One of my computers is having a hard time. One looks good, one doesn't. Whew, okay. Justin, that is very... What a lovely man in the comments, Justin. Well, we're in intermission. What was the best part of everybody's week? You can flood some positivity in there. Mine was, I went to a peaceful protest here in Calgary Yesterday. I don't know why. I don't know what I was thinking of. And it was an amazing, powerful day. Like thousands of people came to the streets, and it was awesome. It was a great feeling to be a part of a big group, wanting change and equality. And it was 100% peaceful and great, and I loved it. Aiden slept. That was his best part of the week. Love it. Matt Black had a Wednesday wing night at home. That's a good day too. Meme Arts, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. We're just talking about our favorite parts of the day. As people are still telling stories of their favorites. What do we got? Grunge Mania. I started a read along with an online group of King fans. That's cool. As we know, last time in the Turtle Paint Night, Stacy made her turtle Stephen King themed. That's awesome. I love when people find groups and things and like-minded people that like what you like. I love that. Okay. Let's get that skinny little brush out. Whatever, the smallest one you want or whatever you wish. We are going to be outlining some stuff. So keep in mind the lesson on pressure that we just went over. Okay. We are going now into that straight out of the tube, whatever darkest color we wanted. Remember, we had a little bit of white in it when we made the brain. But now we're going straight into that dark color. And you're going to grab water. Not too much water, though. Again, you want more paint than water. But if you don't have some water on your brush, it won't pull very nicely. It'll help you a lot with some water. So the first thing we're going to do, and hopefully you can still see it, but if you can't, it's not a big deal. We can ad lib. So lightly on our paintbrushes, we're just going to outline. Right, we're going to go over that little C that we drew. And you can, like, make this line. It does not have to be straight at all because it shouldn't be. He's like he's literally a jelly, you guys. So I'm going to go, like, wobbly. The line's a little crazy. My line's probably thicker than you would want to go. Just so that you guys can see it. You can do it thin if you want. You can do it thicker, whatever you wish. And you're just going to come around that little dome that we did there. And remember, we did an egg inside of an egg. So where the line, like the middle line is of that big circle, or the middle circle that we drew, we're going to just bubble it. So we're going to do a C. A C, or like a U, I guess. I don't know what's the best. A U. And a U. And a U. And a U. Okay, how's that? Yeep, yeep. Or you can just like go across a full line if you want, but and you're also gonna do a little bit of a dark line around that good old brain. You can add a couple little lines of dark in there if you want. Showing you guys close. Again, I made my lines pretty thick so you guys can see, but we're going to play with that with some white soon. Painters. Drawers. You can always erase stuff if you would like, or it's easy for you guys to do thin lines. It's not as hard as painters. For now, we are going to make these good old little crazy lines. And the best way to start, like a pinpoint of where to start with your jellyfish, is in between all these little U's that we did. So why don't we just start in this first one? And let's just make like a squiggly, oh gosh, that's a thick one. I think I need to use a smaller brush. Here I am teaching you guys about pressure and I'm just not doing it. Okay, let's start in, oh, now it's wet. Let's do a good old little squiggly line, just right. Maybe it'll go behind all of our big fluffies. So we're just gonna stop it there for now. And how about this one comes over here and comes underneath. And let's make this one just go like straight down or something, I don't know. And comes back around, that's cool. So Aiden's asking me what other things do I paint. So again, that's another loaded question because I paint everything. I'm a commission-based artist, so I paint by order. People order paintings off of me of whatever they like. But I mostly do portraits, I would say. Portraits of celebrities, musicians. I love doing musicians. Pet portraits. I love painting dogs, animals. But like I said, if you go on my Instagram, you'll see I have a wide array of content on there. And also, you guys, you see me doing these lines all in one, and if that's intimidating, like, don't worry about it. You can do it in a couple. Like, let's do this one. Maybe I'll bring it down here, and that's as far as I want to go or can go. And then you can come back and bring it down if you want. Don't be intimidated. You can do whatever. How's that? See how those dark lines just kind of bump up the jellyfish? Hello, Compton Darko. What's going on? We're painting a jelly. A good old jellyfish. How's that for our dark lines there? Thank you. Have you guys been sending in pictures? Should we see what everyone else's are looking like? Ooh. Oops, oops, oops. I've only got 3 jellies. Send them in, guys, if you want. Thanks, Compton. I'll show you guys close again. See how, like, you can make some hide behind. You can bring some in front and make them disappear and come out again. Again, not huge rhyme or reason. They are pretty, whatchamacallit, organic to do whatever you want. Compton's asking if I sell any of my paintings. Yes, that's a topic I get. I mean, a question I get regularly. If you head onto my Instagram, down here, Taytayski, my link to my store is on there, and all my prints, some original paintings are on there. It's my full-time job painting. Like, I'm a full-time artist, so if I didn't sell my paintings, I wouldn't be able to pay my bills. Okay, how's that looking? Where we're at? You guys, you can even do some, like, dark splatter if you want. Like, you can flick some dark in his little brain. Even some down here if you want. Beep, 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 beep. And our last step, we're gonna need lots of white, and that will we're gonna need white and the blue that we've been using this whole time. We're basically at that stage. Pencil crayoners, you can pencil white pencil crayon right on top of colored pencil crayon. It'll give it a little bit of a sheen. Crayoners too. I haven't used a crayon in so long, but you should be able to paint white or do a light layer of white on top. If not, you could. I remember as a kid, I used to with like a butter knife. I don't know if this is weird or wrong, but I'm remembering it right now. You know how when you draw with crayons, it can get like messy and like clumped up or whatever? Like my OCD was strong as a child. I would, with a butter knife, scrape off the layer of crayon so like the nice light color was underneath, and I would like do another layer on top and scrape the full wax. You can do that too if you're doing crown, to put the white on top. Aw, Justo, thanks for the... It is his color. We are basically painting the Putin Uni right now. Everyone at YouTube is probably always so confused when I talk about the Putin Uni and the props, but it's a cute little unicorn that poops stars, okay? Get on caffeine and you'll get it. Okay. So this part's going to be a little bit interesting depending on paint quality and such and such and such, but I believe in you guys, okay? So we are going to get a medium-sized brush. And again, people who are not working on canvas, if you're working on just water, whenever I talk about really watered-down stuff, you have to be more careful than most because your paper won't be able to suck it up as much. You'll have to do it a little bit less... do it with a little bit less water. So I'm getting whatever, pretty relatively big brush. And we're first going to start by grabbing a slob of white and just a touch of blue in it. So we're just going to make like a really light blue. And I lost the picture. We're just going to start. There's more paint on our brush than usual. You're just going to go down the lower, like above. You're going to see, oh my gosh. See how I'm going through like the top half of my line? So I'm almost making it, my line thinner. Painting this light blue, almost white layer at the bottom. But I'm just thickening out the edges outside of the jelly. And same along the back of him. You can make your outline thinner, or if you like how thin your outline is, don't touch the outline at all. You can paint right underneath the line. We're just kind of trying to bump up that guy's outer shell, I guess. How's that? And see, it's like very lightly painted on. Since there is water in there, the paint has got on a little translucently so that you can still see the color underneath. Why did the jelly cross the road? To create a traffic jam. That's good. That's good, Matt. Aiden and I both approve. That's funny. Okay. I'm just dabbing some of that splatter out of here. Now, for us to do that translucency level, let's see here. You're gonna want lots of water. Dragon comes in with my nose is big. Cool, that's great to know. I don't get to see it from the side like you guys do, so what a great thing to say. We are going to take lots of water out of onto your paintbrush, so you have less pigment, more water, hardly any paint in there at all. Because we want it to dry with just this, like, light, whatchamacallit, layer. Layer's the only thing to say it. Okay. And you are just gonna lightly brush. I'm sticking again, talking about being conscious of your brush strokes. Like, still, even if you're a pencil crown or even whatever, like, still just go left to right, not left, right, up, down. You want to keep some order in your brush stroke to keep, like, it kind of helps you, like, imply the texture of the jelly. But see how you can still see underneath what, like, the brain that we originally drew. And it's even going to dry lighter than that. But see how it's going on super light? Does that help? Aiden, yes, that is my painting on the bottom there. I think it's from like 2016 or 17? I don't remember. 2017 maybe. But I did a whole underwater series. A pufferfish, a crab, a seahorse, dolphins, whales. And I've sold them all. The only one I have left is the seahorse. I think we're going to do a seahorse paint night too. These underwater ones are very easy to do as a group. So How's that? How is that? Flamingo says yes to a seahorse. Excellent. Great to know. I'll add that to the list. We're just doing lots of water stuff. Ow, my legs are stuck. Okay, dokie. How did that go, you guys? That weird light layer of translucency. How did that go? I know when you guys did the VW van, some people got a little stressed with the light layers. So realistically, if you guys painted it and it wasn't translucent enough and you completely covered everything underneath, who cares? Repaint that brain on top. That's fine. Why not, right? Justin, thanks for sharing the broadcast, sweet angel. And Matt, we got another joke. What wobbles in the sky? What? Guys, what wobbles in the sky? A jellycopter. Matthew. Okay. So we got that light little layer on top. And this is like literally the last step. You can go in. This is the last step of like the simplest formula. You can go in and put as much detail as you want. Like if you're a glitter pal, remember how I like to put glitter sometimes on stuff? If you're a glitter pal, if you have glitter at home, where is my glitter? Hello. I don't know where the one I need is. That's weird. Let's just make it pink. So a way to add glitter to your paintings is when they're wet, you literally just like wet paint. You can just shake some glitter on there. Come on. There we go. And it will hold on to the wet paint. And when the paint dries, you'll have nice glittery. Let's see if we can see that. You see? Oh, pretty. Okay. Now the last couple steps just to bump up that jelly head. I'm getting a little brush and I'm getting pure white on it. And this is pure white. Remember, because when we went in there was a little bit of blue in the paint that we put around the edges. Now we want pure white. And we're just going to do a couple little lines. You can even bring up some there. Again, feels redundant when we do the same stuff over top the same things. But here's a couple different. We're going to do a couple little squiggly lines in the jelly's brain. Beep. We're going to come inside the jelly's head a touch, and you're just going to add a couple lines of pure white. See how that already just like makes him look so much more translucent and see-through? Good night, Daryl. Thanks for the props. Thanks for the hangs. Thanks for your presence always. How's that? You can even, if you didn't want to do the like dropping splots like I did, like you can go in with a brush and do like a couple little pure white bubbles. If you want. You're out. Thanks, guys. So glad that you came out. I hope that you had fun. Sorry this one wasn't as well geared towards you drawers. But get to hang out with you guys. Hopefully we can hang out in real life soon. And more bubbles. Matt leaves with a more bubbles comment. So let's just like put some more in there. How's that, you guys? Boop. Let's look at that jelly from top to bottom. Tuesday, where's next? Well, it won't be today, but my next paint night is Tuesday. What day is it today? Thursday. Yeah, Tuesday. So it's, why don't we do a seahorse on Tuesday? But that means, Aiden, you have to be awake at 3 a.m. to attend it. but we will do it. How's that? I don't know what that means, Aiden. How's that jelly? Are we like done basically? Let me know. Okay, everyone at home, let me know what's happening. Are we stressed? Is it good? Do we have questions? Did things not work out for you? Did things work out great? It went a bit wild, but you're done. But like, it's supposed to be wild, isn't it? Okay, should I go through? Have you guys been sending in some photos? Oh no, Matt sent his in a disappearing message so we can't see it. Yours didn't go wild. Look at that. She did 3. Oh, one must be... Oh, is that the crayons? I don't think either of them are crazy. Yes. Oh, hi, Mystified Pear. I didn't see you there earlier. Bottoms Adams. Yes, that's the drawn one. Beautiful. Love the drips in the painted one, Stace. Oh, look at the jellies. Ooh, that one looks so much fun. See, when I look at like fluffy ones, I'm like, damn, that looks fun to paint. Ooh, you did 3 too. I like the colors you used. Oh, right, your turtle. Oh, yeah, I forgot about your turtle. Ooh, the red ones are nice colors, too. How was this one, you guys? How do you feel about this one? I think they're all turning out great. What else we got here? We got that one. We've got this jelly. Ooh, nice white. Look how nice and, like, what you call it? Translucent there. Is translucent the right word I'm trying to say? Opaque? Means not. Yeah. Okay, we're good. Oh, we can't see her. Yeah, thanks, guys. I'm not one with words. I always say, I'll draw you a picture, but it's tough for me to say, ooh, look at that one. Isn't it so cool to see you guys, like, started there and it went there? That is awesome to me. Have I got any more sent? So it's not a group chat yet, and it's literally just my DMs on Instagram. And then I just go through them to show you guys, too. Alex did it on a circle. Sorry, oops, I'm usually not supposed to tell people who's who. This girl did it on a circle, and it looks great. Yeah, that's really cool. Oh my gosh, you guys, proud of you as usual. Did anyone send me one in my, I always gotta check my message requests. Nope, nobody in the requests. Yeah. So yeah, Aiden, they are all just DMs to my Instagram. Also Taytayski. I'm Taytayski across the board. You find me on Etsy, YouTube, Instagram. What else? Twitch, but I don't use Twitch. Maybe one day I will. Oh, that's wrong. That's not what I wanted. Ah! I'm spilling. But you guys, look how quick and painless. It's 9:30. We're done. We went through them all. Like I said, you can go through and make as many, like as much detail add on as you want, right? You can make it glittery. You can add more colors. You can regroup now if you want and kind of know the process. So we'll go through it. Oh, I yawn. Go through it one more time. Just to show close up, like if I showed you this close up, you'd be like, what is that? And there's the little translucent jelly head. Yeah. I like it. I hope you guys too. See you next stream, Aiden. Great to meet you on this one. Like I said, you guys, I'm going to collect everything, all the props that I was given today. I'm going to collect for my big donation that I'm going to be doing next week. And thank you. There we go. Justin just added to it. I appreciate it. I will post about what charity. I'm trying to find the right one. There's so many out there. What can you do? No, what can you do? Which is great. Like I said, I've donated a little bit here and there, but I want to make a big sum to donate to one that I really believe in. So I hope you guys did too. You don't have to tip me. You can always send you can make the direct donation if you want, if that's better. My email, I see people are asking, is taylorodinsky@gmail.com. TAYLORODYNSKI@gmail.com. That's why I'm Taytayski, by the way, you guys. The ski comes from my last name, Taytayski. It was a fast one, hey? I know. I guess I gotta draw some more jellies today. Gotta keep it going, make a sea of jellies. But, like I said before at the start, you guys, this is a pivoting time in the world. And I hope everyone's listening and learning and doing their best to be a better person out there. And educating themselves, because I think that's important. Okay? So, like I said, follow my stories. I'm going to be sharing as much information that I can. I'll still be posting here and there of my stuff, but I don't think my stuff is the focus of the world today. So, with that, I have to choose a thumbnail. I remember I was going to say, with that, I'm done. But what should I do as for my thumbnail instead? Last time I was trying to be a turtle and this was my thumbnail, me just like a turtle. I could be a jellyfish like this. I'll just smile with it. There you go. That's the thumbnail. Okay guys, thank you. I appreciate you following along. I hope you had fun, and I hope to see you on Tuesday, actually. We've decided it's going to be a seahorse, as everyone collectively went today. So that'll be fun. I'm excited. Bring your colors. Bring your positive attitudes. And we'll get to painting. I'm glad that you guys enjoy this time too, because I do too. Excited for the seahorse. See you next week. Thanks. No problem, you guys. As usual, I love this too. It's a release for me too. So I am happy that you guys enjoy it too. And let's paint a seahorse next week. And it's going to be cool because remember how the flamingo, we like started with a 2. And then something else recently we did a different, like an R, I think, was something else. So the peacock was an R, the flamingo was a 2. The seahorse is going to be an S. So that'll be easy, right? All right. Okay, everybody, I love you. Be kind to one another. Am I just like Ellen DeGeneres for a second? And love everyone, okay? I love you too. See you next time.